It's been a stunning advance. Ukraine's rout of Russian invaders has recaptured 6,000 square kilometers, Ukraine's president says. This land was held by Russia just a few days ago. Now it's providing a rich harvest to Ukraine's army of abandoned Russian equipment. The Russian Z symbol painted over. The guns ready to kill Russians. The recapture of Izium, a strategic prize, accelerated by precision strikes from new artillery donated by Western allies.
This was clearly hit with a very large piece of artillery or an airstrike, and you can see how important it was strategically. Clearly a former school. There's a kind of children's painting on the wall, but it's also got these large holes which would have been dug to store tanks or armored personnel carriers, even artillery pieces. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
We were shown into a command center in the bunkers of an old factory.
So down here we've seen there's a medical facility, call it something like that, inside this bunker. There's a barracks.
Russian soldiers.
They're sleeping here.
Yeah.
The top brass here slept in beds made of old doors.
And then of course the command center here. As I walk along here, it's absolutely extraordinary. There are the different labels for the different roles of the senior Russian officers on these school desks that have been arranged in this bunker in an old, what looks like a brick factory. Now, they were safe down here, underground, but they didn't feel safe enough to stay in Izium. And what's critical, ultimately, for the Ukrainian armed forces is making sure that the senior officers of the Russian army stay on the run. If they do that, the Russian armed forces will collapse completely in Ukraine and potentially threaten the longevity of one Vladimir Putin.
This couple celebrated liberation. They told me that some of their neighbors were less delighted and had blamed Ukrainian forces for shelling their homes. But he insisted the incoming shells never hit the checkpoints or Russian artillery base right outside his house, and so blamed the Russians for false flag attacks on civilians. He said the Russians behaved like pigs. They stole everything from all the empty houses before they ran away. The Russian guns were busy here, their wooden ammunition boxes now stockpiled for winter fuel. And to the Ukrainian victors here, the spoils have been rich. The capture of Izium and the rout of Russia here has broken a key link in Putin's logistics chain in the battle for the East.
Now you have the remarkable scene of a tank coming to collect an abandoned Russian howitzer.
I asked him if it had been a hard fight. Not really, he said. The latest Ukrainian successes may not be the beginning of the end of this war, but not even the Kremlin can deny that this chapter has been a very sorry tale for Russia.